Hello and welcome back to Deus Machina Demonbane. Fight me, Kuru! I am evil that must be destroyed. I don't get it. In Hebrew, all constants have a numerical value. The number of the beast is 666, which signifies the Emperor Nero of the Anticross, therefore is Master Therian. It was ordained from the beginning that Black Lodge would become mine. I don't fucking get it. Nero is the one who will unleash Cthulhu upon the world. Nero is the evil and injustice that you hate. You have fought in order to destroy me. Like hell I have! I'm not fighting just to replace one injustice with another. I see, you still don't get it. Oh well. She sighs softly, like someone exasperated by the selfishness of a child. However, something makes my heart pound so hard that I'm afraid it'll tear through my chest. My entire body is on edge, every cell crying out a desperate warning. Access the relay text. Order. Exceed C limit. What is she doing? Aeneas! Cthulhu. Relay. More tentacles emerge from the cockpit behind Aeneas, these holding another girl. Mismatched eyes. The relay text. The tentacles bring her before. Sorry about that. I'm still not sure whether I actually need to censor that particular image, but it's suggestive enough that I think I have to. Sorry about that. I'm removing all the safeties. The girl's howling soon becomes a scream of death. Her body bursts apart, turning into pages that disintegrate into particles of light. And then the god goes berserk. With nothing left to control it, madness overwhelms the god. With the data thrown into chaos, the spell keeping the god in its vessel is nullified, and the god's cells begin to multiply uncontrollably. It's as though the Great Sea, Cancer, is consuming the other Great Sea, Cthulhu. Cthulhu stops moving, hovering motionless above the sea of relay. Cracks appear to begin to appear in its outer shell. No, not cracks, but closed eyes and mouths. Thousands upon billions of them. Still multiplying, the eyes of the god open. Thousands upon billions, still multiplying, the mouths of the god open. And from the thousands upon billions of eyes flow tears of blood. From the thousands upon billions of mouths scourge mighty roars, and the god's flesh expands exponentially. The hideous sarcoma? Thank you. The hideous sarcoma grows and grows, covering the entire body with enormous tumours, and from the cancerous flesh grows more flesh, and on the surface of which sprout more multitudes of eyes and mouths. The demonic meat swallows the nearby ships and sea monsters, but it does not stop there. As more eyes open, the tears of blood become vast, innumerable waterfalls polluting the ocean with their toxins, and as more mouths open, the roaring becomes a mighty chorus, filling the world with its terrible song. This could be the last thing the world will ever see. Everyone is frozen in terror, unable to even speak. Their souls are like rubber bands stretched to the limits, ready to snap at the slightest provocation. And faced with this primordial horror, their lauded human reason, wisdom and knowledge are all powerless. All they can do is wait helplessly for destruction. Her knees shaking so hard that she can barely stand, Ruri is finally at the limit of her sanity. The slightest push will cause her to collapse utterly, and her panic will no doubt spread to the rest of the fleet. However, he is by her side as always, standing there calmly as though his presence is as natural as the sun rising in the east. His next action, however, is different than usual. Without a word, he gently places his bandaged hand on Ruri's shoulder. She turns around, and there is the face of Winfield, who came to relay despite his injuries. Nothing needs to be said. As mistress and servant, they have been together for a long time after all. She understands, for his eyes alone speak volumes. Ruri nods, surprising even herself by how fast her trembling stops. She delivers new orders, her voice calm and steady, and all eyes turn to her. What they see is not the terrified girl Ruri. There stands the president of the mighty Haddow Group, the undisputed ruler of the world's economy. There stands Haddow Ruri. Thank you. I'm fine. I believe in Mr. Tiaju and Al, and in Grandfather's Demonbane. Look, if it continues to go out of control, Cthulhu will swallow the earth. The world will be corrupted by his miasma, and all of human history will come to an end. Why are you doing this, Aeneas? She responds coldly to my disbelief. Why? Didn't I just tell you? This is my purpose, understand? If you don't want to fight, fine, I'll just destroy everything. That's right. Everything should be destroyed. This coldness is not that of pitiless evil, but rather is that of one who is resigned to her fate, whose very soul has been frozen by despair. It feels like a dagger in my heart. What now, Kuru? Will you watch the end of the world with me? We should get some wine. Drinking together at the end of the world. It's kind of romantic, don't you think? Let's see. At this rate of expansion, it should only take a day for the Earth to be destroyed. It will all vanish just like that. The things you love, the things you don't really care about, even the things you hate. And everything will be equal. Equally meaningless. Kuru! Al speaks softly to me, and I already know what she wants to say. We have to fight. Just like I thought. What else would she say? This is who Al is, after all. There are those who won't be saved unless we fight. Mere talking will save nothing. Not even the enemy. Kuru! Aeneas sounds relieved, even happy as she watches Demonbane prepare for battle. Responding to her wishes, I raise the scimitar to point straight at her. So you're finally ready? Yeah. This I'll promise you, Al, Aeneas. What's up? I'm not. Demonbane isn't going to destroy you, Aeneas. Demonbane is the sword that smites evil, and it is only evil that we destroy here. Al responds to my declaration. Yes, that's very well. That is who you are, dear Kuru. Her words were filled with infinite affection. Like I keep saying, I'm the evil here. Soft thinking like that's just going to get you killed. Nameless One thrusts out its arm. Its shield-like face glows with arcane symbols transforming into the barrel of a gun. Bullet spell! Contact. A hail of bullets blasts Demonbane's image to pieces, and glittering mirror fragments scatter everywhere. Above! Spell selection! Cannon spell! Without even looking up, Nameless One raises its left arm above its head. The machine gun barrel has transformed again, this time becoming an enormous, sinister-looking cannon aimed right at Demonbane. It roars. Full power to the shin guards and Shantak! Rather than break off, we use all of our thrust to send us into a meteoric dive straight for the Nameless One. My bones scream in protest against the brutal G's, and the cannonball of super-concentrated power is a moment away from impact. Time to pray to the gods. Gah! The shell just barely grazes Demonbane, but it tears a good chunk of armor off. But no big deal. With the scimitar thrust out, we keep accelerating. No point in thinking about what's next. I'll put everything into this one attack. Ah! Thanks to the ludicrous speed of our dive, the scimitar becomes less of a cutting blade than a heavy object that tears through Nameless One with raw power. It slams to Nameless One's right shoulder and carves a gaping fissure straight down through its body. I'm finally getting used to your insanity. Al focuses all her efforts into maintaining the barrier field, and thanks to her, the shock of smashing into the sea like a meteor is drastically lessened. But even so, the impact is still heavy, and Demonbane falls back into the blood sea. Still not enough! The right half of Nameless One's body is almost completely severed, but she swings its dangling sword arm easily, like she's showing off her machine's invulnerability. I do a back handspring to evade her huge blade, and by the time we land I've already summoned Cthulhu, and I fire it, and tear it to Nameless One's shoulder. The right half of Nameless One's body is completely blown off. However, maybe due to Cthulhu's power, its self-repair is extremely fast. The missing parts are replacing themselves right before my eyes, which means I've got to hurry with the next attack. Unless you can deal damage faster than its ability to repair, or destroy it completely with one attack, you'll never defeat Nameless One. I've still got some tricks up my sleeve. She unleashes another storm of bullets from her left arm, which has returned to machine gun form, and I unload a Thakra at it. The bullets fly through complicated patterns before diving into the barrels of the Nameless One's machine gun. Bingo! The gun explodes in a bright flash of light, taking the Nameless One's left arm with it. Now's our chance. Before the severed arm even hits the blood, I unleash my prepared spell. Atlak Nachar! Spider-like threads of my magic web fall upon the Nameless One. As though possessing wills of their own, they tighten in even more complicated patterns to completely seal its movements. So this is why you shot off my arms. Now, let's do it, Al. Got it! While Nameless One is still frozen, I charge into range and thrust Demonbane's left hand at its cockpit. Ah! However, my object isn't to kill Nero, of course. My spear hand pierces Nameless One's armor just above the cockpit, and I force my hand around it and begin to tear the entire module out of the machine. You're trying to pull me out along with my cockpit! You got it! Demonbane's right hand is already charged for the Lunaria impact, and once I rip the cockpit out, I can destroy Nameless One and finish this. This is it! Didn't I tell you not to take me lightly? Huh? An urgent warning of imminent danger shoots from my brain to my toes. Feeling a strange hopelessness, I immediately pull my hand free and leap away from Nameless One, trying to get as much range as possible. I'm fleeing like a scared rabbit. What's wrong, Kuru? If you'd struck then, victory would have been ours! Al seems confused, but I'm in no position to respond. All I can do is stare at Nameless One while sweating profusely, and try to calm the fearful pounding of my heart. Nothing happens. Nothing happens, but... Kuru, snap out of it! What happened? Wow, Kuru's battle instincts are pretty amazing. Just calling you sharp doesn't even begin to cut it. You're as strong as I imagined. Nameless One's right arm is completely regenerated, and now it brushes its fingers against the spider web binding it. The web disappears. It's not like the power has vanished or it was dispelled. It's way beyond that. It's quite literally disappeared. Or perhaps it was better to say it was discreted. This must be the same power that annihilated Kurosh. Oh, it looks like Kuru's figured it out. What? Kuru, you understand? Oh, Al, you're so slow. What was that? Nameless One's cockpit and left arm regenerate, returning it to perfect condition. It weaves its right arm as though showing it off. It looks silly, but it just makes it send cold shivers of fear up my spine. This is Nameless One's ultimate power. The ability to delete information. Sever something completely from causality. It can erase anything from the world itself. It obliterates the target's very existence. Nothing can exist without an observer, was it? Well, it's kinda like that, I think. She says it like it's nothing, rather than something incredibly terrifying. Damn, this isn't cool. Such power. It's not meant for humans. Get it now? This is why Nero is called a demon. I am true evil, fully capable of annihilating the world. And nothing in Demonbane's arsenal is capable of resisting Nameless One. I can feel its aura of absolute rejection. This is ultimate injustice, whose only purpose is to deny existence to all things. She's right. There's nothing I can do against it. With just one exception. With just one exception. One exception. Yeah, you already know what it is. It's the asymmetrical box, the 7 supports, the black crystal, the shining trapezahedron, and the battlefield becomes another world. I see. Oh, not a bad plan, Nero. From the unknowable spaces outside the world, the inhuman woman Naya watches over their battle. There is an honest admiration in her voice as she smiles and nods repeatedly. If you use that to sever your fate, the law that binds you will indeed be rendered meaningless. You can't do it with your own power, so you'll use Kuru's. It's an insane, foolhardy plan, but I respect your determination. However, there is pity in her eyes, but the arrogant kindness with which she pities the fragile humans is nothing more than profane contempt given different clothing. Ah, the noble of humanity are always the same. By the strength of their will, they march unrelenting down the road of life. Their struggle to reach the future is so very miserable, and so very beautiful. Such is the strength of humans. Yes, humans are strong, truly strong, and that strength will be their downfall. Her supernatural senses clearly perceive the execution ground created by the shining trapezahedron. And I'm going to have to end this part here. Sorry about that, but that's a okay-ish point. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.